Well, yeah, man. You know, I think that was a great intro. Great intro. Lovely day. First of the fiscal year. Venus return. Sirius return. Alright. We're getting into me, you, we, the people, at law. Terminologies that might be mistaken via years of conditioning when we thought we were actually being taught. We were actually being trained like monkeys, you see. It's nobody's fault. The teachers were trained themselves like monkeys. The teachers were conditioned, and thus our parents were conditioned, and no one truly understands, you know, what is fully going on. So we will go straight into it. I have my handy dandy notebook. That's right. Tons of notes. You guys are going to want to take notes because I did myself. So for it to get ingrained in you, you would want to write it down, see it visually, look it up yourself online, read it for yourself, and that's when something becomes real to you. You know, you could hear me say it and be like, wow, oh, crazy, you know, conspiracy stuff, and it'll make you like, it'll open your mind for a second, but for it to really be applicable and for it to really, you know, set in as truth and as law, that's when it has to be studied, or that's usually when it is studied for oneself. So all for one and one for all. Let's start it with that. I should have put that in the goddamn title. All for one and one for all. That's a great one. I'll put that in right now. Because, you know, we as the people, we are all one. And before I get into what a state is, I want to talk about a state. What a state, not estate. I'm going to talk about what a state is. I'm going to talk about what a confederacy of states are, what what a federal government is. I'm going to talk about federal government. I'm going to talk about what a government is, because as an individual, you are a government. Because you govern yourself, you govern your reality, you govern your breath. Your body governs that. Your brain governs a lot of the impulses and actions that you do. So you are governing. You are governor. You are government by default. So before I go into what you are, I want to talk about what we are, because I had a show the other night. It was dope. Long story short, I'm playing, and they're like, "Yo, you dope. Who are you?" I forgot to mention my name when I first stepped up, or what I go by. So I'm like, "Peace, everyone. I'm Rocket Rose." And then, I said, that's what I go by now. But who I am is what was in the beginning of Earth. You see, before it was even life on Earth, there was microscopic, bacteria that then touched with the water, and the water touched the sun, that touched the earth, the rocks, which became moss. From that precipitated some type of life, which would be like a tadpole or some type of microorganism. And I said, that's who I was. And I was even here before that, because we were all one at one point. It was all one energy that begot all life that we know it. And then came to Earth and did its own thing. And that's what I'm saying as far as who I am on Earth. But I've been here before that it was even on Earth, We were all together as one. We were one energy. And here I am now, and here we are again together. See, I'm talking to you, who is me, and who we were back then was all one. This is very high science. It's simple. It might sound like I'm going like, whoa, yeah, and but if you really follow my words, you can see what I'm saying. Who I am is what was at the beginning, and what was at the beginning was all of us as one energy. That being said, all for one and one for all, because we are all the same. We were in the beginning of time, and all we are now is that one frequency dispersed and reflecting itself, bouncing against each other to realize more of who it is, or what we are. We're experiencing ourselves off of each other, so that we might know ourselves better. And by knowing you, I learn who I am. By learning you, I learn me. So, and that's why, relationships go bad sometimes. You learn who you are at the end of it. You learn who they were, and you learn who you are, who you aren't. Stuff like that. Not to get deep on that, because we're getting into another lane of this topic. We could get into that, but that was basically as far as I wanted to go on that. All for one, one for all. Now, let's go. First and foremost, let's bring up this window right here. Not interstate, but I wanted to show you guys another legal term. Alright, we will look at what a state is, not interstate. Sorry, that was me on a whole nother, rabbit hole. So we're looking up state. Always have more than one dictionary on you at a time. True scholars probably read with about 3 or 4 at least. I'm reading with right now a law dictionary, that's Black's Law, legal dictionary, 2nd edition. And also I'm reading from the etymology online dictionary. Etymology is the study of the origin of words, for those who haven't learned. And then I'm also on the American Dictionary of the English Language from 1828, because you want to go into the original meanings of words before they were watered down by slang and what is called slang, but is really known as connotative linguistics. Alright, so let's look up state here in the old dictionary. All right, so let's go to what? In the old dictionary, let's say this: state, condition, the circumstances of a being. Are you not a being or thing at any given time? So a proper noun, we're going to go with proper nouns have capital first letter, and then the rest of the letters are lowercase. So you are a capital, you are a proper noun, unless you're looking at your birth certificate, which is all capital, which makes that not a proper noun. That is not a person, place, or thing. But you don't have to agree with that. You can decide for yourself. And if you stick with some of my teachings or whatever I am showing you, the information I'm giving, you will learn how to better govern yourself as the governor of your state. So what is a state is the condition or the circumstances of a being or thing. Person, place, or thing is a proper noun at any given time. These circumstances may be internal, constitutional. Okay, we'll get into the Constitution later, because the Constitution for the United States of America, or peculiar to the being. I have a weird accent, so you know what I'm saying. I certain words I can read, it just says I say it weird. So maybe internal, constitutional, or peculiar to the being, or they may have relation to other beings. Oh, okay, like your mother, like your relationships, like your brothers, your father, your girl, your whiz, your mans. You feel me? We say the body is in a sound state, or it is in a weak state, or it has just recovered from a feeble state. The state of his health is good. The state of his mind is favorable. You dig? Where we at on it? Yeah, dig? You dig? So I don't really have to go too much into this to tell you that what is a state. A state is, a being, the condition of a being. You are a being. You are always in a condition, even when you're dead. That is a condition. It's called, dead. That would be the condition of your state. Yeah. He's just in a state of what is it, like the decapitation or something? When they're dying and shit. Like he's in a state of, like, yeah. Feel me? So that's what a state is. Declare the past or present state of things. The state is a modification of anything. All right, so let's get into it real quick. Not to go too far, because we're talking about us, you, me, we, and us together. So, but real quick, it says a modification of a thing, and we're talking about, and if we wanted to talk about, we're not talking about it, but if we wanted to talk about the motherfucker, let me take this away, so you can see me, because I'm about to do Play-Doh hands on them. I'm about to do Play-Doh hands, Play-Doh snakes, because if you're talking about the modification of a thing, and if we wanted to go into what? The United States of America, corporation on the land. You feel me? So we're talking about the modification of what? The land, who was originally occupied by the so-called Indians, but this ain't India, who we find out now were of the Moorish Empire, okay? Who were the ancient Moabites and Canaanites and Hamathites, okay? Who traveled from Egypt over to North, South, and Central America by ancient edict by the pharaohs of Egypt. So we know that now, that the states, United States, and what is a state? Number 2, modification of a thing. Modification of what? The land. Moorish Empire. But we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about us, you and me, and we, and us. You feel me? But this goes deep, so you got to keep an open mind to all law. So I'm just giving you some clear foundation that we can walk on, and then we can look over there, look over here, you know what I'm saying? But we still have a clear perspective on where we're going. We can see other sites, but we on our path though. So let's keep going. keep the state of the question in your eye. Kind of like this. We're keeping the state of our exploration, the state of the title of the video, the state of the topic of the video in our eye. But we're talking about other things like this modification of the land, which is also a state. You dig? Crisis, stationary point. Ooh, shit. What's up? It's okay. Crisis, stationary point, height, point of which the next movement is regression. Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. Because, why? Crisis, stationary point, still kind of talking about United States. I'm just talking about the state of America. The states of America. The states of America is some crisis, stationary points. All right, but anywho, we're talking about you and I, which is number one. One for all for one. Condition, circumstances of a being, which I'm a being, I be. I be. You feel me? Shout out to my C's too. You dig? Or a thing. Noun, proper noun would be a person, place, or thing. So, moving on to the etymology. No, let's go to law first. Law. In law, what is a state? A state, noun. A body politic. You got a body. Okay, we can look into what politic means in a minute. We can do that. We could do that for him just to get more specific. Because all laws is specific. A body politic or society of men. Now, okay, I'm about to have to do this because men means mine. Men literally means mine. So, let me see. Men. Let's go. Proto-European. To think. So look at this. Number one. It has the one next to it. I'm trying to tell you, son. There's this thing. All for one, one for all. Men, number one, right here. I'll put it at the top. Men. Proto-Indo-European root. Meaning to think. Which derivatives referring to qualities and states of mind or thought. Damn. So I'm actually not that crazy. I'm actually on to something. So walk with me, please. So in law, though, we're talking about a body politic or society of men, and we just saw that men means to think, meaning to think. Men meaning to think. So let's just read it like it is. Society of, to think, of thinking, thinkers, united together for the purpose, or a society of think. Hey, can you stop licking all over your balls in my goddamn? All right. A body politic, a society of thinking, united together for the purpose of promoting their mutual safety and advantage. I'm pretty sure your cells know how to govern each other and govern life inside of your body. So what? So that you live. You know, your body, you don't even be breathing on purpose unless like you get too high real quick and you got to switch the breathing to manual from automatic because you too high real quick. But like on a regular basis, you can just breathe. You see, and on a regular basis, you just blink, because you don't need your eyes getting dry and you don't need shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that your body does on purpose, naturally, impulsively, so that it's more efficient. It definitely is doing it so that it can survive. And if we go back, it says promoting their advantage. Promoting their advantage, or mutual safety. I'm sorry. Goddamn, where am I at? Promoting their mutual safety and advantage. So mutual safety, yes, so that you can survive. Your body does what it does involuntarily sometimes. And advantage, like sometimes you don't shit your pants, so your body holds on and closes up real tight down there. You know, that's a state of being. You know, your body, your sphincter muscles, your stomach, and your brain, all that is working together. Like, hey, I gotta shit. I better not shit my fucking pants. That is a mutual advantage for you and your sphincter, your stomach muscles. So, continuing, by the joint efforts of their combined strength. So you're talking about, if I just keep talking about the shitting, so you don't shit yourself, your sphincter, your stomach muscles, and your stomach, your internal intestines, and your brain are all working together in joint efforts at their combined strength, promoting their mutual safety and advantage so you don't shit yourself. So that is what a state is at law. You are a state. You are a state. You are a state, man. Period. 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 And I'm gonna show you more and more and more. That's all it is today. So when we talk about what is the United States of America, I'm off that. Let me go back to so you can see me real quick. I'm off. This is 2019. We done with that stupid stuff. We done with the anarchy crap. We done with the stupidity. I got woke and I did not just follow the crowd, man. I'm not just one of those dudes that said, yeah, fuck the government. I learned what it is. I learned what a government is. Why would I say fuck the government? Why would I say that? I'm a government. You're a government. My mother gave life to me. That was the first government in my reality. She governed me in her gestating periods. She was governing life. She decided what she ate. She decided not to drink or do drugs so that I didn't come out deformed and I could have this advantage mentally. That is a government. She was a governor. She still is of her own being. She gave me the mental competence state so that I can govern myself as an adult. We ain't gonna get into that too much because, you know what I'm saying, parents don't really be helping as adults, but, you know what I'm saying, at least they give us some mental competence, and I can attest for that. She gave me some mental competence and showed me at least, you know, I don't know. Maybe I just did it myself because I'm God, dig. But, moving on. Yes, governors. Mothers are governors. The first ones, period. Why would I say fuck the government? That's some stupid, small-minded, entry-level sheep wanting to be woke, but you still a sheep and you can't ever shake it because you can't shake stupidity. You can't shake sheepdom. You can't shake sleep. You just got to wake all the way the fuck up. So those people want to stay half asleep, so they say fuck the government so that they look cool to the fucking woke peeps. But then if I'm really woke, I'm not looking at you like that. You say fuck the government, I'm probably shooting you first because you obviously don't know anything about anything and you might be a fucking op. You see what I'm saying? So, we are the states. We are the government. We are the United States of America. You see? I myself am the United States of America. You see? By way of what? My body is in a United State. Is in a united state. My body, my whole mind. My mind is a state. I'm united with my muscles, my hand right now. See, I can do whatever I want. I could say peace. I could say fuck you. I could say one, you know. I could do whatever. Power to the people. I could call you a loser. That's me in a united state with my whole vessel, my whole being. And we go to a body politic, a society of men, and men means to think. I just showed you that. So right here, boom, to think on the top. And then we'll go back to state in Webster's 1828 of the English language, American Dictionary. It says the condition, circumstances of a being or thing, I be, and I am a proper noun, which is a person, place, or thing. Period. I am a state. I am in a united state of being. me. Yes, that is me. That is who you are. That's who you and I are. That's the video right here. I could end it. Bow. Bye. Goodbye. So if you were watching this whole time, goodbye. Hang up. If you want to go a little bit further, rock with me. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. But that was it. I am us. Who are you? You are a United State at America. I am a United States. We are the United States. You're a United States, I'm a United States, and we are the United States. So then we can go into Confederacy and what federal means. We can go to that. So bop. Let's move it on. Wait. Before we do that, the Montevideo Convention of the Rights and Duties of States. This signed at Montevideo, 26 December 1933. Damn, I should have done this on the 26th of December. That would have been popping. That would have showed y'all, like, y'all would have been like, yo, this bull on it, hey, yo. I could have been like, that's today. This is the anniversary. I'm on my shit. Now, let me stop. All right, so entered into force the 26th, the year following. The same, like, literally a year later, it was entered into force the year after it was signed, up to date. And now 2 years later than that, go ahead downstairs, shut up. Article 8 reaffirmed by protocol. All right, so Article 8 of this was reaffirmed by protocol 2 years later. Then it was put into force 3 years after it was signed. Bolivia alone amongst the states represented at the 7th International Conference of American States did not sign the convention. Damn, Bolivia didn't amongst alone. Bolivia was the only one that did not sign this at the 7th International Conference. Jesus, sorry. Now, the United States of America, Peru, and Brazil ratified the convention with reservations directly attached to the document. So they ratified, you see what I'm saying, the convention with some reservations that are attached to the document. Convention of the Rights and Duties of States. Convention on Rights and Duties of States. We might as well just go right into it. I mean, we could read this real quick because it's kind of interesting. The governments represented in the 7th International Conference of the American States wishing to conclude a Convention on Rights and Duties of States. So, listen, before I go further, let me just say this. They know the law, so they know that they can't just say stuff halfway or else someone like me can come around and say, hey, you said state, I'm a state. So if they know that there's loopholes and shit like that, why would they let the shit slide? I'm going to tell you this. I'm not the smartest person alive. I'm going to tell you this. Supreme Grand Master Teacher, Chief Lovechile. Let me just show you my face so you know I'm serious. I'm not joking. I don't know everything. I don't know anything. I'm learning as I go along my path. Every day I learn more. Period. Now, I'm not the smartest person alive, but if I wrote something and I wanted it to be law, I would be so sure that there was no loopholes in it, so that nobody could say, well, you said this, you didn't say that, so blah, blah, blah. These people gotta be smarter than me. First of all, they're older than me. Second of all, they've done this shit, like literally, it's on record in Library of Congress and then in law. So if this is the law by people that are like actually, they got graduated, they got their doctorates and PhDs and shit, like masters, bachelors, PhDs, all these fucking, and then they gonna write this Convention of Rights and Duties of States. It doesn't say what state. It doesn't say what. Let's see what it says what a state is. We'll see if it says specifically what a state is. And if that's what I'm not, I would not say I'm a state compared to these people. But the dictionary said it. But if I'm talking about the Convention on Rights and Duties of States, let's see what they say a state is. So continuing real quick, I just want to throw that in because they just saying the state, but I'm like, what state? I'm a state. So let's read it. Honduras signed this joint United States of America signed this joint. El Salvador, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Argentina. Dominican Republic and Haiti are the same thing if you didn't know. Argentina, Patagonia, Venezuela, Uruguay, Paraguay, Mexico, Panama. Bolivia didn't sign. Goddamn. Costa Rojas, Guatemala, Brazil. I thought we already said Brazil. No, we didn't. Oh no, we said that they eradicated or ratified some shit with the United States. Ecuador did it, Nicaragua did it, Colombia did it, Chile did it, Peru did it, Cuba did it. Alright, so who, after being exhibited their full powers, which were found to be in good and due order, have agreed upon the following. All those people I just read to you. That's why I just read it to you. So you know who said this. You know who said this. You know who was. So I did not say this. I'm reading it. Uruguay said it. America, United States of America, which really is you and me, but the people that we so-called put in the head of our government, because we're going to get into how we come together and build a confederacy and what a confederacy is and what a federal government is, because you and I come together, and that's what me and you coming together creates by ipso. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's called by fucking fuck. Well, just by common sense is what it does. So ipso jure, that's what it is. By ipso jure, which means mere fact alone. Okay? Sorry, I had a brain fart. So all these people said this. All these people said that. They all agreed upon the following. Found in good and due order and have agreed upon the following. Article 1. The state as a person of international law, a person of international law. So the state as a person of international law, sounds like me, should possess the following qualifications. All right, so if I'm a person of international law, I have to have the following qualifications. A permanent population. I am one person permanently. I was born as one person. I wasn't Siamese. So I have a permanent population. Yeah, me. It's just me. So my state is one. One for all and all for one. B, a defined territory. Well, I've just never left Earth ever. So Earth is my territory. Government. We already discussed government. That's why I did that all in the beginning. We govern ourselves. Capacity to enter into relations with other states. Yeah, well, my capacity to enter into other relationships with other states would be the fact that I was born and I could communicate. God gave me that right. My mother borned me. You see, she gave life to me. And by my capacity to talk and communicate to other people, that was my capacity to enter into relations with other states. So I have a permanent population, which is one. That's just me, one for all for one. I have a defined territory of Earth that I was, born on. And a government that is involuntary. Really, my body does what it does. I feed it right, and I work out so that it continues to do what it needs to do. Also, my capacity to enter into relations with other states was God-given. My mother gave it to me when she gave life to me. So I would qualify under Article 1 as a state, as a person of international law, because I possess a permanent population of one. I possess a defined territory of Earth. I possess a government of mind, body, and soul. And I possess a capacity to enter into relations with other states via the life I was given by God. Period. So we know what a state is as a person of international law. 2, Article 2. The federal state, okay, so we're talking about the state. The federal state shall constitute a sole person in the eyes of international law. Huh. So the federal state shall constitute a sole person. We'll have to get back to that. A political existence of the state is independent of recognition by other states. Wow, that's crazy. So you don't have to be recognized by other people or others, anything. Any other state, which is, what is a state? Any other body politic, any other society of men, society of thinking, united together for the purpose. Any other, you see what I'm saying? Oh, we never even got into the etymology of state whole time. So whole time, state circa 1200, which would be the 13th century. Circumstances, position in society. A state is a position in society. A state is a circumstance. A state is a temporary attribute of a person or thing. A state is conditions. From Old French, estat, position, condition, status, stature, station, and directly from Latin status. So, a station, place, position, way of standing, posture even. So a state is your posture. Sit up straight. You feel me? Sit up straight. That's your state. Are you in a state of what? A state of slouching over? A state of sunken? Are you in a sunken state? Order, arrangement, condition, figuratively, standing, rank. Figuratively, though. We're not talking literally. It says figuratively. So I guess all those other things were literally. Literally, a state is position, condition, status, stature, station, from Latin status, station, position, place, way of standing, posture, order, arrangement, condition. But figuratively, though, not literally, but figuratively, we're talking about standing, rank. A state would be a political order. Figuratively, though. State would be a community organization. Figuratively, though. State would, noun of action. It's a noun of action from past participle, stem from stare, to stand, from pi root sta, which is to stand or be firm. So that's why the states are what? You know, they call them the states, the land. They call the land the states because it's where you stand on. They try to make you think that what you're standing on is that state, but that's just a term figuratively. State is really a condition of mind. Literally, it is. So, moving on. Let me see. The Latin word was adopted into modern Germanic languages, chiefly in political senses only. So it was adopted from Latin into chiefly political senses from Germany. But in America, see, I don't know if I have any worldwide listeners, viewers, watchers, followers, walk-withers, anyone walking with me. Let me show you my face so you can know what I'm saying, looking like. I don't know if anyone, is rocking with me that is worldwide, international. But here in Northern America that is occupied by the U.S. Corporation, because I'm not calling it United States no more. In 2019, we're calling everything what it is and not calling things what they're not. And if I just showed us all who you are and who I am and who we are as the United States of America, we are the United States of America. You and I are. I'm a United State. My mind is united. My soul and body and mind are united, and so is yours. And together we are United States. Because that's plural. And we're of the American continent. So if I have any other people around the world watching, listening, walking with me, I want you to know that here, this government that has been acting as a government, but is really a corporation, enslaving us, they lie to us. They tell us a lot of things that are so true. So I don't know for a fact if when they say German, they say a lot of bad things about Germany. And our history, an American history, in United States history, which is American history technically because it happens on this land, which gives the land. See, they're fucking up this land's karma as well. We can't get into it that much, but they're fucking up this land's karma because as America, now this is American history. Now it's American history that we done this and done that. But it's really United States history. They're the ones doing it. And it's happened ever since they became United States. And then they've had George Washington. And they had this guy. And then they had that guy. And then, you know, Frederick Wilson and the Freedmen's Bureau and blah, blah, blah. Then they're here. And it's like, oh, now it's American history. Yeah, but just because they've been operating on American soil. That's all. Now, when they say German language, it was adopted into German languages in the political senses only. They're trying to make it so that people like me say, see, these German people always taking the and making it the political, and now it is like that. But who knows? It might have just been the American United States government, the U.S. corporation government, and they might have just lied on German. Meaning physical condition as regards form or structure. So we're talking about physical condition, even though it was a state and it was talking about something else. Let's see. Physical condition is attested from late 13th century. We just read circa 1200, so 13th century would be 1200. Meaning mental or emotional condition, as attested from 1530s phrase state of mind. First attested 1749. All right, colloquial sense. All right, so whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but I'm saying I don't have to keep reading because we get the point. So we're going to go into, while I look for it, I'll let you see my pretty face. We're going to go into what? Because I just read you what a state is. We was just on the Montevideo Convention on the rights and duties of states. And it showed you that a state must have a permanent population of you, hopefully, defined territory of where you're always going to be at, government, which is a body politic, or united society of men. Men means to think. So that's what a state is in international law. A person of international, as a person of international law. So where we want to talk about what a federal state is, a federal state. I'll show you this window here. We'll go to the Black's Law Dictionary. Let's say federal stat. Okay, all right. I can't do the. Won't let me do the regular keyboard shit. Alright, federal state. Federal state. Is there even such thing? Federal state. No, but I'll tell you what federal means. What is federal? Where are you? What the hell? I don't understand. I guess I'll just, if you bear with me. I'm not trying to go through every freaking shit. Why won't it let me see federal? That's dumb. Because they know I'm on live and I'm about to show everybody what they shit mean. Let's see. There it go. There it go. How come it didn't want to show me before? Federal offense. They got federal, state. All right, well, here federal government go. Let's go to federal government. So federal government, individuals on a federal level that set a policy in a country. All right, so individuals on a federal level. So I'm about to show you. So we just said what a state was. The state is you and me. I'm an individual. You an individual. You a body politic. You a society. You a thinker. United. You see what I'm saying? You are in a circumstance, or at any given time, a position in society. You are, you have temporary attributes at any given time. Feel me? So, and then in the Webster's dictionary or whatever, I mean, you are a condition, or you were in a condition, or you're in a circumstance at any given time of a being. So, if you're that, and federal is individuals on a federal level, what is federal? Or federal government is individuals on a federal level, right? What is federal? Federal is, in constitutional law, a term commonly used to express. So we're just talking about expressing something, I guess. And commonly, so this isn't really law. How's it saying in constitutional law it's a term, so it's not a law, commonly used to express. Okay, so it just expresses something. It doesn't really denote anything. Anywho, expresses a league or compact between two or more states. Oh, okay, so if you and I make a league or a compact, that is federal. That is what federal is. Constitutional law. And you see how it says right there, a commonly used expression of a league or compact. See, Constitution is contractual. Constitution, it might as well be said as contracts. When we say Constitution, we just might as well say contract, because a Constitution is definitely a contract. It's like it's a Constitution is the land's contract of the people with the land and the people of the land, and or every company has a Constitution in the beginning. It's like, it's the contract of the people engaged in inception. That is what a constitution is. It's a contract at the inception of a thing. So see how it says in constitutional law, this is the term commonly used to express a league. We're talking about coming togetherness. That would be a contract or a compact between two or more states. So, like I said, Constitution pretty much attests to contracts or coming together of something. In American law, belonging to the general government. The general government. Wow, the general government. Is this really law right now? The general government. So, I have a general government. It's called my mind, body, and soul. Or union of the states. The state. So, you and I. So, the general government, or union between me and you. That's what federal is. So you and I coming together, me and my whiz coming together, that's federal. That's a federal government. Okay? That's a federal government, because I'm a state, she's a state, coming together makes it federal, and we are governors. We're governing. So we are a government by default at that point. Founded on or organized under the Constitution. So if we want to look at what constitutions are, we can. Or the laws of the United States. Well, it didn't say United States of America. It didn't say United States corporate company that is at Washington, D.C. It says United States. I am a state, and I am united. I'm not going to stop saying that. My body is a united state. I am in a united state of bliss. I'm in a united state of nirvana, in a dimension ascending beyond you. You dig? And don't steal my shit neither, because I know I'm fly. Shit. Copyright right now. All rights reserved. UGC 1-308. 1-308 on your ass. Fuck you mean? So, so keep going. In American, okay, let's go up. So, under the Constitution, okay, cool. or laws like gravity and shit. Yeah, I'm under that. I'm under the law of gravity or magnetism. It's really magnetism. I'm under that law. I'm under the law that if I get shot right now, I might die. You know, I'm under the law of the United States. Yeah, if my United State gets messed up, I'm under some different law. Then, if my United State trips, I'm under the law of magnetism to the floor. I'm gonna hit it. Wow. They call it gravity. The United States, me, my whole body, or me and you together, has been generally styled. Oh, okay, so we must be talking about something else. Oh, no, we talking about us. It says the United States, me and you, or just myself, has been generally styled in American political judicial writings as a federal government. Oh, cool. So you and I, we are generally styled, you know, just, it would make it ipso jure. I mean, if you ask me, it's like by mere default of fact alone, of law alone, we are a federal government. It says generally styled. So yeah, I mean, by law, it's like common sense, generally styled. The term has not been imposed by any specific constitutional authority. So it is not in the American or the United States Constitution for the United States of America or whatever. So I guess it's not in there. It doesn't say nothing about federal. No, I'm not guessing. I've seen it. I looked it up. I went on the PDF of the Constitution for the United States of America. I looked it up. Went to find on page, because you can find a word on a page. Typed in federal. They don't talk about federal in the Constitution for the United States of America. They don't talk about federal. Now, I don't even know how long I've been on this joint. That's why I'm kind of talking fast, because I don't want to be on here super long. Because, yeah, it's already been an hour. So, but anywho, let's keep it going. Alrighty then. But, all right. The term has not been imposed by any specific constitutional authority. So, yeah, like I said, it's not in the Constitution for the United States of America. I looked it up. The word federal is not said one time in the Constitution for the United States of America. It's not. But only expresses the general sense and opinion upon the nature of the form of government. Let me read that again. It only expresses the general sense upon the nature of the form of government. The general sense and option. It only represents the general sense and option of government upon the nature and form of government. So this is just the nature of government. It just happens by mere fact alone. That is what we call in law ipso jure. Ipso jure means by fact, by mere fact alone, by just general sense of law alone, like common sense. We might as well say by fucking common sense alone, like duh. If you know anything about law, if you know entry level law, you would know this is basically what to say. It's like ipso jure. It's like, duh, you should know this. And ignorance of the law is no excuse. So it's like, you gotta know this. You know what I mean? It's like other things are ipso jure, that they're ipso jure by mere fact alone, but you don't know it. So the policy enforcers, you know, mess with you on the streets. But by mere fact alone, by law, how law works, you should know a lot of things that you don't necessarily know to be true because you've been told otherwise. You've been told that you go to jail if you did it. But what is federal? Federal only expresses the general sense of the form of government upon the nature of the form of government. General sense of the form upon the nature of government. I'll say it in every different way because I can say it in every different way. Federal only expresses upon the nature of the general form of government. Federal upon the nature of the form of government only expresses the general form of government. Like, federal is just a natural form of government because by you, all right, bet. All right, bet. Oh, bet. All right, here we go. We got it. I got him. Bow. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Here go, right here. What is federal? What is federal? The hip bone's connected to the thigh bone or whatever. The thigh bone connected to the knee bone, shin bone, ankle, whatever, foot. Your feet, your leg, your whole joint. That's federal government. Because your knee does something itself. Your foot does something itself. The shin does something itself. Your thighs do something themselves. Your hip do a lot of things them damn selves. Like, your pelvis does something itself. But all together, those are different states. Those are all different states. And I'm not using an analogy. This is literal. I'm not saying figuratively. This is not figurative. This is literal. Your knee is a state. It's in a condition. It's a thing. Your knee is a proper noun because it's on your body. Rocket's knee. It's a real living thing. It's right here. It might not be real to you, but it's real to my reality. It's right here. I'm touching it. I feel it. My knee is a proper noun. It is a person, place, or thing. It's a person's place or thing. It's mine. Right here. On my estate. Now, this is a state. It's a state of being. It's a state. It's a condition of something. My knee is a state. It's in a condition. That being said, being connected to anything else, one or two or more, any other things that govern itself and govern things, that makes it federal. My knee is connected to my joints, which connects it to other bones. Those bones have their own states of condition, which makes them coming together a federal government. Just like your cells in your body come together to reproduce more cells or to oxidate or to, turn phenylalanine into tyrosine. You know what I'm saying? So that is a federal government. Not figuratively, but literally. And everything small is a small version of something big. So I could talk about something on a small level, and we could say, oh yeah, just how the blah 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 does that. See, we're talking about our cells in our body, which are really tiny, but bigger than that is a whole goddamn knee and a joint. But bigger than my body would be all of our bodies put together, which makes up the United States federal government. You see, that's the bigger version of something small, which is just you. Your body is a federal government. It itself is designed by nature how other federal governments work. See, it's an abstract term given to things that are. And the only reason it's given to it is because it's a natural occurrence in things that govern themselves and govern other things. By govern, it's like a mom coming together with another mom at a play date. They are a federal government because they got their own children. She got her children. She got her children. But when they're at the play date together, both mothers is law. Both mothers is the government. She can tell her children what to do real quick. Don't go up that stairs. You know your mom don't like that. Or she could be, the baby could talk to her mother crazy right in front of her. She'd say, don't talk to your mother like that. You know what I'm saying? A mom will tell your child not to talk to their mom like that because they are a confederacy at the point. Now, let me get into this. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but I never have. I said it in my own mind, and I said, damn, this boy's smart. Hey, yo, confederacy, in the middle of the word, right in the middle of it, says federal. It says federa. Look at the word confederacy. Let me find it. Let's go to Google. And let's put in confederation. Organization that consists of a number of parties or groups united under alliance or league. So you and I would be a confederation. A more or less permanent union of countries with some or most political power vested in a central authority, central together. An action of confederating or the state of being confederated. See, the state of being confederated. So by us even coming together, that becomes another state. That's why exactly. See, let me get this back on so you can see my face, because I'm fucking hyped. I'm hyped because it's so simple. It's so simple that you can't not get this. And it makes me happy to be able to convey this message in such a simple way that I know you got to get this. And I know it has to be fun to hear because I'm hyped. And that makes me hyper. Not hyper, but even more hype, if you feel what I'm saying. Well, like I said, it's a natural occurrence in governments. Federal is just a natural thing, a term given to the natural occurrence by nature of the form of government. So what I wanted to say is, like I said, it's natural. By us coming together, we form a third state. 1 + 1 = 3. It don't equal 2. You and me equals something else, something different than it was before, because our energies, your energy alone is your energy alone. But when I put my energy with your energy, then we give off a third energy of us both. It's like a parallelogram. I don't say a diagram, we live over here. Livogram. Or a parallelogram. The Vesica Pisces. When you get a parallelogram, I might as well just write it down. Here is you. This is you. All right? So if this is you, that's your energy. Now, here's me. Me and you, we could be together, right? I could be with you. Haha, I'm hitting on you right now. I could be with you, girl. We could be together. I could be with you, right? We could be together, right? We're independent. This is us independent. I'm with you, independent but together, right? 2 different governments, 360. All knowing, all seeing, 360. Now, coming together, we make an orb. An orb is the distance. An orb is when 2 things come together, the energy put off by those 2, or the distance between 2 things, you see, by way of them traveling in a certain way. Like, we make an orb. If you go that way, I go this way, there's an orb of that distance. If I come with you, there's an orb of nothing. You feel me? Or if we're talking about an orb, we could talk about the something we make by being together, you see. We might make a white light by being together, you see, and that would be an orb. So this right here, in the middle, that is our orb. This right here, this is called a Vesica Pisces. This is the orb that we create by being together. This is the third party you and I create. That is called federal. That's the confederation. Federale. Now, you know I get down with these motherfucking words. I'm not smart for no reason. I was created to farther amp up the frequency that we are on mentally as human beings. I am the manatee in love with womanity and humanity, and just manatees, because I'm trying to save the planet. You feel me? So this is us, you and I, you and me, you and I. Why? Because we gotta. Unity. So this is you and I, and between us, we form a confederation, which is that's another general term, but Basically, confederation is a federal government. A confederation is a federal government. I'll say the third time. A confederation is a federal government because I'm governing myself, you're governing yourself. 1 + 1 = 3. See? Because if we just came together and it was 2, it would have just looked like the circles I showed you, which is like this. I guess I could have just used my fingers, but it would have just looked like this. But when I go like this, there's this third circle in the middle, and that is the federal government or the confederation. Now that you know who you are, now that you know who I am, and now that you know who we are, I guess we will end this segment. I mean, it was pretty dope, wasn't it? How long have I been on here? An hour? Yeah. Hour and 5. So it's pretty simple. Are we the people? Who are we? We didn't even go into the Constitution. I got it here. Well, I might as well just pull it up and read it on the screen with you. I might leave off reading the Constitution. And if I pull off reading the Constitution, maybe that'll give you some insight to we the people. All for one and one for all. All right? You are you. I am me. We come together. We make a confederacy, which is a federal government. And that is not something that you are not. That is something that you are by default by being a government and coming together with other governments. That by default is a federal government. That is federal because 2 states coming together is federal. Federal is not something real. It is a term. It's a abstract term in a sense. Expresses. It's just an expression to express the coming together of 2 or more states. But it just really expresses the general nature of the form of government. You see? That's just how government forms. You, me, and then we come together, and that's the third. That's the Vesica Pisces. You see? And then by that fact alone, we created a federal government by coming together. We don't have to think about it. We just do it. Coming together, it's a federal government. All right. I guess we don't need to. We'll come back to are we the people. But I want to say bliss up, man. I really do want to say bliss up and help everybody has a. I don't hope. I trust. I don't hope at all. I know and I trust. I don't even know. Yes. I'm getting all my words together for the year. You're going to get with me. You're going to be like, what? Nah, because this was all last year. I was getting it together. Now I see. And we're getting ready for the next. This is the new matrix we're in. Matrix means womb. And I like to feel that we are always in a state of becoming. And the baby's in this womb. It's living its past life. And it will die. That's when it sees the white light. That's when it's being born. And it opens its eyes in this reality. So that's to say that we are in our mother's womb right now. 2019 is a new womb. We are living a past life right now that we are going to die from 2020, like we died from 2018, and we woke up and it was 2019. See? So, happy new womb, new matrix, new year, new growth period that you will have an ending to, as well as everything you always had endings to, and a beginning to something else that you will end soon, and have a new beginning to something else after that. Peace, y'all. Hold on. I would say peace, but I want you to have it all. So bliss up.